type she inamaanisha nini? Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, we're used to she's. Now we have a new face. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here again.
Good to be here.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know my name.
Yeah. Yes, but you can repeat.
Oh, you forgot Daisy's name.
No. Since you see, you told me, now I know your days. Nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to have you here, by the way. Tell us your name, who you are, what you do, and why you've come to visit me.
Nice. So, my name is Brian Kirui. I am a video editor, director, and producer to Toto News. Yes. I'm a son, I am a brother, I am a nephew, and yeah, and I'm a son of God. Yes.
You've come to visit me.
Yes, I've come to visit you because it is a very important day. To have a small discussion about this important day, talk about how we can be of sound voice for the society on matters affecting our sisters, mothers, daughters, aunties. Yes.
Which day is this? I'm curious.
You're curious. How can you not know?
I'm just curious.
Okay, yes. So today is World Menstrual Hygiene Day. It is a day celebrated every May 28th. Yes, to bring awareness and advocate for access to healthy and sanitary towels for ladies. So it's an important day to mark in our calendars. Yes.
Okay, that's nice. At least you have an idea. I'm sure most guys outside there don't even know when it's today. Everyone is just in their business.
Yeah.
Nobody even knows what is happening today. How did you come to find out today is Menstrual Hygiene Day?
Well, I've known about it for some time because as you grow up, you get to interact with different people, different organizations. You learn one or two things of how things are running in the world, and then you get to identify important days that, so it kind of sticks in your mind and you remember each year to celebrate it, yes, or commemorate it, yeah.
Okay, it's really nice. What have you done about it?
Yes, from my perspective as a communicator, as a professional producer, and everything, that's what. Yes, it's my duty to bring it to the attention of people, to talk about it, to shed some light on it, so that people are aware, to raise awareness for the importance of commemorating Menstrual Hygiene Day for the girl child. So if in any position that you are in, it's good to advocate for it so that many people can know about it.
Yeah, it's pretty nice advocating and creating awareness because we may think that everybody has an idea of Menstrual Hygiene Day, and we'll find out that not many have the knowledge of Menstrual Hygiene Day. There's someone you can just approach them right now and ask them which day is today. They'll be like, it's Tuesday, 28th of May.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, unfortunately, that's the case. This is something that is not talked about a lot in our society, especially in the African community. It is viewed as a taboo, and it's something that happens every month for every girl in the world. It's a biological thing that happens, and there's no way you can escape it. So shedding more light about it and making it easier for the girls to experience these periods, it's quite critical, it's quite key. So that's why we have such an important day to commemorate it, to shed more light, to bring advocacy upon it, to bring more information about it, to spread the knowledge about it, and also rally support from key stakeholders and organizations, including the government and other institutions, to actually make a step and create policies that are favorable for the girl child.
Yeah, I feel like, on that part of policies, we should come together in a way that this day should be taken to be known to everyone, and the policy makers who are outside there should do. Personally, I feel like they should be doing something more about this, because I guess only 10% of people in such an industry know about the menstrual hygiene day. Not many people know. I came to know about menstrual hygiene day after I finished high school. While in high school, it's nothing you could even hear in school or anything, but it's an international thing. So you would expect the policymakers to make it a day where it's international. So meaning we have the opportunity to commemorate it internationally. It's not like you'll just say it's Kenya, Uganda is not doing it, Tanzania is not doing it. I don't know, DRC is not doing it, I don't know, America is not doing it. It's something we are all called together to come and commemorate, all of us. But only 10% of the world know about it. What are we really helping? Nothing. We ain't solving any problem in that context, because there are still people who are undergoing a lot of challenges when it comes to menstrual hygiene and menstrual health generally. But nobody is coming out at Utakuta. There is this day we are outside here. You will find people campaigning all over about menstrual hygiene. Right now, people are all in their own businesses. They're like, oh, the economy is bad and stuff. Okay, it's bad. There's this child who is 13 years old. They just started their periods last year. They expect you to come there and be their support. Create awareness to other people that, yeah, at this age, this gets to happen. I start growing up, being a teenager. I start being a young girl. Now I'm off the child bracket of the younger children of, like, yeah, you're still a child, a teenager child, but there's that child unakuanga ukiwa like from 0 months to like 12 years. There's that bracket of a child you are. But when things like periods and puberty starts kicking in, things change a bit. So at least you want people who will come around, they talk about it, provide you guys with resources, but you never get that opportunity. So I feel like policymakers should also sit down and analyze, okay, it's Menstrual Hygiene Day. What can we do internationally to commemorate this day? If everybody is silent about this day, what next? We should sit down. You've talked with maybe an MP, you decide it's a time people are in school. You've decided, okay, we'll go to the schools, distribute menstrual health resources to just help them in one way or another. So I feel like people should really sit down and look closely at this day and not just take it as a normal international day that starts in the morning and just ends. And at the end of the day, nothing
really counts.
Nothing counts. You have not come with anything productive out of the day, that there's a girl somewhere who will say, well, by the way, we were remembered on this day. Even remembering even the girls who are in places like the war zones. Those girls, they expect to also be commemorated in such days, but nobody is there because nobody even knows about the day.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've failed somewhere there also.
Yeah. Yes, societal upbringing sometimes plays a part in that, because this is not something that most families just talk about, especially to the boy child, because we view this as a girl's issue.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yes, it has been portrayed to be a girl's issue. This is experienced by girls. Us boys, we have no business with it. We don't know anything about it, so it doesn't affect us in any way. But that is actually not true. This thing affects everyone, being that you have to be conscious of the well-being of your siblings, your colleagues. So you have to really take into consideration that it's just not a girl's thing, it's everyone's thing. Everyone has a sister, has a daughter, has a mother, has an auntie. So it's something that is in the society. It's something that is for all of us as humans. And I think a key aspect that we need to consider is the education aspect, to bring light and information and sensitization and awareness, including the boy child. Because if we segregate the boy child in educating them about menstrual hygiene and health for girls, they will tend to overlook it. And in case or when they find themselves in positions of influence, they are not able to do anything about it because it was not brought to their attention and reiterated once again for it to stick in their heads.
Yeah, I used to see it in school where when you come to that part, I don't know, we used to learn it, I don't know, in class 6 or something, where you'll find when we're in that topic, when you're talking about menstrual stuff, the boys will be excluded, taken out of class, or we're told we'll have that class during maybe life skills where they can go out and stuff. So I feel like also bringing them in to the discussion, it will be really nice because they also get to learn stuff and understand stuff around menstrual hygiene. So what role do you think boys and men also play in raising awareness on stuff around menstrual hygiene?
Yes, I think boys and men are a key aspect in raising an awareness. They can be a good a voice. They need to be the voice of the society because technically at this point in time, most world leaders are men.
Yeah.
Yes, I am hoping that somehow in the future it can vary so that we can actually, it can be 50-50 for men and women to share impactful positions of influence. But for this moment, most presidents are men, most ministers are men, most MPs are men.
Yeah.
So we, rather than just being leaders who are men, why not utilize them to be the voice of society, to be the voice of the community and talk about girls? And I think it's also, there is a trickle effect that has happened, being that in the older, the men who are in the position are relatively older.
Yeah.
Yes, so they were born in early times where it was hugely still a taboo to talk about this thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they kind of grasped very well the weight of menstrual hygiene and health for girls. So I'm hoping that in the next generation that we are in, or the generation that is to come, should they find themselves in position of power, they need to have that information in their minds. They need to be educated, they need to be aware, so that when they find themselves in the position of influence, they can be able to implement policies that are favorable for girls and the menstrual hygiene and access to sanitary towels, access to good and proper hygiene during the menstruation periods for the girls. Yes, so that is a key aspect. So we need to shift the education model and bring it to focus on the actual everyday life that people are living, so that it can be able to trickle down. We can change the narrative. We can now begin to trickle this information to children. So when they grow up, they are able to effect it, they are able to look out for their girls. Policies that will be developed will be favorable for girls. Education that will be there, boys will grow up knowing. Because this is something, I can't say personally, I was sat down and told girls undergo menstruation, and this is what happens during their menstruation periods. Unless I go and look for it myself and try to find the information about it. So it needs to be something that it needs to be overturned, not to be portrayed as a taboo. It needs to be something that is normal to talk about. It needs to be something that is very, it's not a shame to talk about it.
Yeah, and to stop stigmatization.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure many people who are viewing, they are dating or they have sisters. So boys, if you get sent to get some sanitary towels, don't feel ashamed. It's okay. Yes, it's normal, but it shouldn't be a big deal. You see, I'm pretty sure most men or boys, they find it weird when their better halves or their sisters or mothers send them to get sanitary towels.
Yeah.
So I think the narrative needs to change so that it's very open, it's very normal, there is no stigma about it. So I think we need to start fighting the stigma. We need to change education model and include boys And policy making, we need to actually look into it, because how can we, this is something involuntary for ladies. You don't wake up and decide, I want to have my periods today. And you don't say, I want to pause my periods for 1 year. You can't say that. It will always come.
It's only paused by pregnancy.
Yes,
I've not said anything.
Yes. So it is something that we need to, if at the least of it, we can lower the price of sanitary pads so that it is accessible even for girls and children and women who are living in informal settlements and they are struggling in life. We need to make it accessible to them. You see,
Let me cut you short there. You see why you're talking about accessibility? We were talking with Sheila and we are like, guys, when they go to, actually it's so nice they have a guy in the show right now. Guys go to chemists and get condoms for free. But in the same chemist, I can't get a pad for free. Why?
So sadly, I think, I don't know.
It should be the other way around, because you are using it against me so that you can provide me the 80 shillings, 75 shillings to get a pad.
Yes, sadly that is the situation that we are in.
It should be the other way around.
Yes, it should be the other way around. I'm hoping that maybe someone in a position of influence, if this policy is able to be shifted, because education, I will repeat, education is very important. Condoms are just for fun and recreational activities, sadly, in our day and age today.
Yeah.
But sanitary towels are a necessity, essential thing for girls. So if we could just shift priorities and try and assist girls to get these sanitary towels.
You use your condoms to get girls pregnant.
So sadly that is what
some things are so weird. You even wonder why are some policies in place?
Yeah. So I think yes. So policy change is critical in addressing this issue, and you're also talking about period poverty.
Yep.
Yes. So the period poverty actually is a very bad vice that has made its way in our societies, because
it has.
do anything. If you are poor and you are unable to afford a sanitary towel, then basically your life, from the moment you start menstruating till the time you will stop, it will be very tough and very difficult, you see. And then
you go through a lot.
You go through a lot. So we are talking about girls there are girls in the informal settlements who are using reusable sanitary towels that are just homemade.
Yeah.
So they are not sure if that thing is safe, it's healthy for them, if it will affect them in any way in their reproductive life. And you never know if it actually leaks. It will bring stigma. You can't walk around with stained clothes. So we need to change policy so that this thing is accessible to every girl, regardless of your social status or standing.
Yeah, I was seeing somewhere a certain percentage of people don't manage to, in 100 education days, there's a percentage of days that are not attended by girls because of things to do with menstruation.
Yeah.
So meaning the education that was learned on those days, it's totally lost. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, I'm pretty sure when girls are undergoing the menstrual period, it's taking a toll on their bodies. They're losing a lot of blood. It's a very painful experience.
We are getting a boys aspect, a man's aspect in menstrual hygiene day and menstrual health, because at most time you guys are left out, but I feel like it was the best. Also, ladies, girls, and also men outside there and boys hearing a man's perspective. outside there, and they'll be happy to also raise awareness to other people. Thank you so much. So, Menstrual Hygiene Day is a day for breaking taboos, reducing, I won't even say reducing, finishing is the right term, finishing stigma. Let's just stick to reducing stigma. And I was seeing somewhere, Michelle Obama once said, by breaking the silence around menstruation and providing the necessary support, we can ensure that no girl is left behind because of her periods. Let's commit to creating a world where menstruation is not a barrier to education and empowerment. So, making menstruation a topic of discussion and making it not a barrier to any girl's education, not dropping out, lack of knowledge and such stuff, it can be of really much help to our society and the girl child at large, because the reduction of stigmatization, it's gonna really help where we just be us and enjoy us. Live a girl life, enjoy a girl life with everything you need as a girl.
Fantastic.
As you commemorate this day, be happy, enjoy as a girl. We go for a break, sipping some tea, saving some tea.
They'll be back.
We'll be back.
They'll be back. Like we